All right. Everybody always wants me to record these Friday sessions, because I don't think many people are going to the beach, but people still in the region tend to work a half day on Fridays, so sometimes they miss it. But what I was getting at is that the reason we stumbled into you is we had a topic. I forgot what it was, but it was a great discussion, and people were talking about the challenges that elders face because we're all wearing face masks. Nobody can see anybody smiling. If you've got hearing issues, you can't see a person's lips moving, so you don't even know if they're talking to them. And so you can't even fake it, like most people with hearing loss do, because it's not obvious that somebody is talking to you. And after that, I want to say it was Mary Motor from Bird and Bird who basically said, I know this woman is incredible entrepreneur, and she's a medical fashion designer, and she's created this window mask. So I was like, okay, we're going to have her on. And then I discovered that you go way beyond window masks and have really created a very unique profession for yourself, let's say. And so tell us the story. Like, number one, I've never heard of this medical fashion designer title. Did you make that up, or are there other people like that out there using the same title?
Right. Well, first of all, hello. I'm so excited to be here and to bring to you this new concept of medical fashion. My youngest son came up with that term. I was just living my life doing, creating these things. And it's interesting to have someone else explain what you do. And he came up with that. So, and then that's kind of bringing some fire.
Well, yeah, tell us this story, because I did kind of peek at your website, but I like kind of hearing it for the first time myself too. But tell us I think you had a pretty interesting personal journey that led you to this unique career path.
Yes. My husband and I have 7 kids, and I'm a stay-at-home mom. My entire adult life was a stay-at-home mom. But I know how to sew. My grandmother taught me how to sew. And I would do little odd jobs and alterations for people. And I would do reupholstery, drapery. I would actually make wedding dresses and prom dresses. And along through there, I also would have people coming to me saying, can you make me this thing for my wheelchair or for my walker? And I've also done things for people that have a child that has some sort of handicap and that needs a brace made to get in and out of the car seat. And so I came up with things like that. And in our family, whenever you would need something, we'd always try to make it look good too. You needed to do whatever, it had to look good. So I sewed my whole life while being a stay-at-home mom, PTA president, and doing the kid stuff and sports and all. And one time several years ago, someone approached me about doing a wheelchair cover that their daughter was getting married, but the grandmother was in a wheelchair. They didn't want to hide the wheelchair. They wanted to just make it look nice. So I created a slip cover for a wheelchair. And it looked so good. I got a lot of good feedback from that. And so then I started making wheelchair covers for people. And they had, what was it, a camo fabric, or race cars, or the Hulk for children, or denim, leather. And so I was doing these wheelchair covers. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. So now's not the time. This is something cool for me to do in the future. Had my husband supporting me, and I'm there with all the kids doing, little sewing projects. So I put that in the back of my mind, thinking I'll come back to that at some point. And then almost 5 years ago, it'll be 5 years ago next month, my husband unexpectedly passed away and still had two minor kids at home. So being a stay-at-home mom and having some odd sewing jobs, I found myself with just a high school diploma, no work experience, and a mortgage. And it's like, what am I gonna do? I don't want to lose my house. I need to support myself. Not to mention the huge loss of this amazing person in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was trying to decide, do I get a job? But what do I do? And I said, well, I decided to go with what I know, and I know how to sew. So I just put it out there, word of mouth. And so I got a lot of sewing jobs, a lot of alteration jobs and all. And then more people were still looking for things for wheelchairs and walkers. I thought, well, now's the time. So I started out going to assisted livings, and I was getting feedback saying, we really could use something for walkers. Can you design something for that? And so I listened to that. I went online. I made a couple myself. I didn't like the straps. I went online to see what's out there, and I just didn't like it. It looked medical. It looked complicated and sterile. So I went online and I looked at all the reviews of all the bags that were out there. I took note of the things that people liked and note of the things that people didn't like. And then I designed my Havanue bag. And so that's, and then I heard about MedTrade, and I decided.
Now, what's MedTrade?
Okay, MedTrade is a medical exhibition, expo.
Okay. Like a trade show. Okay.
Trade show held in Georgia. And that's where medical supply companies, independent pharmacies.
Is this a picture of you at that trade show?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, great. And that's your bag there in the background.
Those are the bags, yes.
Okay, great.
And so I decided, okay, here I am. I've got this bag that I'm hearing a lot of good responses from assisted living, and different people say, oh my goodness, this is great. So I was trying to figure out, okay, there's a need out there. And how do I get it out there? So my son had told me he had heard about MedTrade, and I thought, well, maybe, hey, what better way to launch the bags? Mm-hmm. So I decided, I created a wooden booth in a medical sterile world. Mm-hmm. And my son helped me build this wooden booth with fabrics and warm woods that I could take apart myself and put together myself, stacked it all up in my little Subaru. I'm in Maryland. And I got my best friend to travel with me, and I drove down, set up, and boy, the response I got was
great,
overwhelming. Overwhelming.
Fantastic. So now, how long ago was this? How long have you?
That was last October.
Okay, so you're about a year into this.
Yes.
And amazing. And do you feel like it's? Are you continuing to get orders, and you feel like this is a legitimate business moving forward here?
Yes, definitely.
Awesome.
So the first day of the show of MedTrade was October 22nd, which was a difficult decision for me to decide to do it, because that was the 4-year anniversary of my husband's passing.
Oh, man.
So I launched the bags to the world on that 4-year anniversary.
Hey, but what a great way to remember. And I know he's, thrilled for you.
Yes.
So
they're holding me up and doing it. And while I was there, they have this large pavilion where it's new products, all the different vendors that came. There were hundreds of vendors there that you could enter your new product for the year. And so I decided, hey, I'm all in. I believe in this. And so I entered it. and I won gold. I won the new product of the year, and I was
Holy
just
cow.
shocked. Here I am taking a bag to this medical show,
Yeah.
and I won. It just, it shows that there really is a need out there.
Oh, what an inspiration. And also just an inspiration. I love having entrepreneurs on, especially with what we're going through with COVID-19, because, life threw you a big time curveball, and this is a great example of reinventing yourself and kind of taking a risk. Who knows what's going to happen? And look at the results. And it's not, I know there's a lot of challenges in between that you're not talking about, but this is great. I'm so glad that we stumbled into each other. So okay, so great background. Okay, so now we want to kind of dive into some of these products specifically. I know you're doing some really cool things with masks, and even before this started, I got in chat, I think Dana Rizzo posted, it's like, can we order a lot of these? Can we do a bulk order for our assisted living? So we'll get into that, but let's see. Do you want me to do you think it's a good time for me to try to play that first video that you gave me?
Yeah, that would be great. That would be great.
All right, so guys, I sometimes videos don't work that great in Zoom, but we're going to give this the old college try. So Joni, what I'm going to ask you, actually, no, I'm going to mute your mic. Okay. So we're going to be working off my speaker. We'll watch this video and then we'll come back to, chatting and talking about the masks and everything. So I'm going to mute you. Okay. So then I'm going to go here. All right. And I'm going to, whoops. Sorry, guys. All right. Wow. Okay. Now I'm gonna unmute you. And okay, great. So yeah, I hope everybody could see that video. I agree. Like, you're gonna show us some of the actual products. I can see one right behind you, but I think that really, to me, illustrates that, your products look very stylish. But what it illustrated to me, and now I know why you won that award, is the stuff that's associated with medical equipment is about as unstylish as you can possibly get.
Yeah. Yes, and it breaks my heart that our senior citizen community, what they're left with is hanging grocery bags from their walkers, and that just breaks my heart.
Yep.
And
okay, so let's, I want a couple of things. First off, Kieran Latimer says, and I want to encourage folks, you can ask questions by typing into Q&A, but you can also raise your hand and we'll bring you on and make this an informal discussion with Joni. But Kieran Latimer asked, can you please list Joni's contact info? Number one, I'll make sure we can put that in chat, but I'm going to email everybody a recording with their contact info and everything. Okay. And then this is great. And this is what I'm really looking forward to, the answer, but I also see huge opportunity here. Is Karen Latimer says, does Joni also still work on custom projects? I tell you, I think our community of providers could be this unbelievable laboratory for you. And so I'm hoping that the answer is yes, that you are engaging with folks.
Yeah, I'm working on several different things because there is such a need out there that I didn't quite realize. So the wheelchair covers, I've just kind of put that on a shelf for a minute because what was really needed, it sounded like, were the walker bags. But yes, I'm certainly open because it was a really cool idea with the covers that you can individualize your wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if that's what they're referring to, but I am working on other things as well.
Well, I could see just some really fun brainstorming sessions at senior living communities with the residents, you know, and the staff, and then just, you know, your ability to just go back and create prototypes is amazing. So okay, now I loaded up the photos that you sent over and the other two videos on the masks.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to kind of walk through some of your mask designs?
Do you want to do mask, or should I just kind of, I don't know if you want to see the
yeah, sure. Yeah, show us what you got there in the background.
Okay, well, we've got rollators, walkers, and wheelchairs. Then just one thing I wanted to point out is when it's on a wheelchair, doesn't really show too well on that video, but the pocket that is on the back side where your back would be, the large pocket, that is where you place a back support pillow.
Oh.
And I have an occupational therapist looked at it and said, yeah, that actually is a good placement of it, because I was getting people asking me, can you fix this? Can you fix my wheelchair so that my support pillow doesn't shift around? So this is how
what a great, amazing, what a great functional design.
Then the back of, pockets on the back side, or you can put, it's more for a caretaker than the actual person in the wheelchair. Like my mom was in a wheelchair, and I would put, and so people can put like wipes and pull-ups or medical information, phones, hand sanitizer, whatever. But, so that's the way it is on there, but it does have the carrying handle.
Yeah.
And the thing is that grip strip to go on the arms of scooters and motorized wheelchairs.
Yeah, I don't want to be sort of gender biased, but like when I love those leather designs. I mean, you know, you sort of think about an elder male who's lived this long life and had, you know, briefcases and things of that nature, and now he's using a walker and he's got some, you know, just horrible looking, you know, bag, like you said, and they look beautiful. They look like briefcases, and that's great. So excellent.
Yeah, so I've got the 4 different designs for now. The fabric ones are machine washable, and the gray and the brown are wipeable. So you spill applesauce or whatever and you just wipe it off. But yeah, I definitely wanted to keep the executive in mind as well. So, I mean, just because you need assistance doesn't mean you can't have style.
Absolutely. I love it. Hey, that's a great tagline. Okay. A few more questions are coming in. Amy O'Donnell asks, any plans on doing a clothing line to help those with arthritis and having trouble with button zippers, etc.?
I think this is endless. This is just the beginning. It really is.
I agree.
Like one of the things, my son had a problem with his wrist. He hurt his wrist and had to wear a sling. Well, one of my kids isn't just going to wear a canvas sling.
Yeah.
So I designed a leather-like sling, and it had these straps that were just quick release, and it was just very one-handed quick, so you don't have to put it on. So that's my, I tweak things until I get it to be as versatile as possible and as simple and sleek looking. So you have the versatility of all these bags, from walker, wheelchair, bedside rail, stroller. I haven't even gone there yet, the stroller.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it's balancing where there's a market with, you know, the form, function, and what have you. Amy followed up and said that she has a friend with Down syndrome, and it's very stressful for them to get dressed. So,
right.
yeah, you could see, you could see the opportunities that are here.
Mhm.
Alicia McCarthy says, do the wheelchair covers come with different cushions for those that may require special cushions? Seems like the one that you've got there is sort of unique to one sort of cushion design, but I guess you could look at different cushions, correct?
Right. And I think she might have been referring to the wheelchair covers.
Okay.
Yeah, I would just, it's kind of like a slip cover. So then you would put whatever cushion on top of that,
Okay.
which a cover could be made on that.
Okay.
To, you know, to cover that, just like you would a slip cover on a couch.
Great. Excellent. All right. Well, you want to take a look at show the folks some of these masks that you're working on?
Sure. So with COVID, my bags are being sold in about 35 stores across the country after MedTrade, then COVID. And
Now,
that's,
what out of curiosity, what type of stores sell your bags? And most of our people are in the mid-Atlantic. I just saw a posting that somebody just ordered, she just ordered some, I think while she got on it's, who is this here? It's Pamela Silverberg. She goes, I just ordered 2 masks. And so people are just complimenting your project.
oh, thank you. Good.
But in any event, yeah, what are the types of stores that sell your products?
They are medical supply company stores and independent pharmacies, boutiques, and things like that, all over the country.
You know, one thing about that is your products have to stand out like a sore thumb, or like a beautiful thumb in a medical supply arena.
Right. It
So,
didn't stand out.
Yeah.
But anybody can use the bag. Anybody can use it. You don't have to, I mean, I've had people buy it just for themselves or to put on in their car over the seat.
Okay. So sorry to derail you,
Okay.
but go back to the masks. Yeah.
Okay. So then COVID hit, and I didn't really have any intention on making masks, but I had all my friends and customers that I have all over the years. They know that I sew. They say, okay, Joni, we need masks. I know you're making them. I said, well, I can. So then I just got bombarded. I don't know if you know, there was like a shortage of fabric and elastic, and like I was looking through my sheets, like I was like, I don't want to use that. And then there was some gently used clothing that we ended up having, because literally there was fabric, cotton, because I only use 100% cotton on mine. And that's what's suggested. So going through my stash of fabrics, I was pulling out crazy. I said, people aren't going to want this. This is crazy fabric. But boy, they sold. I ended up making that. The 3 weeks in April, I made 400 masks.
Wow.
And just really got bombarded. And I did give to nurses or firefighters, different
Direct
people.
care, first responders.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. And so, I just got bombarded with that, along with, I have a couple of friends, including Mary Nader, that have hearing aids, or they're speech pathologists. They are really struggling with hearing people. The elderly, they're really struggling, because I know my mother-in-law depends on seeing your lips when you're talking to her. And so I designed one. I got to work and design one that has the window. But my original mask is like what I have here.
Here, can you see the screen?
Yes.
I put some of the photos that you sent.
Right. This one is, it's my, just another thing that my masks are very versatile. This is if you have hearing aids, or you don't want to, your ears are bothering you, because that bottom part is stitched, you just scrunch it up and it tucks up under your chin, and you can tie it behind your head. You can also tie it below your ear. I know you probably have a couple more pictures. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's the same mask. I was
Right.
wondering.
That's
Oh,
Mary. She wears both ears. She has hearing aids. And so this is her preference on how to wear the mask. And you see it kind of tucks up, scrunches underneath the chin, and it's
hmm.
still formed and cupped around your face. And it's adjustable. If it needs to be a little bit wider, it just slides up and down.
Wow. No, that's great. And that's, yeah, Mary Mater. She's with Bird and Bird. She's an elder law attorney, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
So then
the
here's
other
her
option,
wearing it in a different above. Okay.
right. And
Okay.
that's the window mask with the same type of strap. It can go below her ear or above her ear, and you can still see her mouth. And
Yeah,
it's still staying cupped under her chin.
that's great. You know, the side profile of this, when I first glanced at the photo when you sent it over,
Uh-huh.
it almost, I was like, oh, this is what a great idea. It's sort of like a witch design for Halloween, you know, uh, because with, you know, with the chin, you
Yes,
know, but it's no, what a beautiful design.
thank you.
And okay, so I've got a couple of more videos. Did you want me
Sure, if you
to?
can do that top one, that would be great. That shows how to uh, to rearrange the straps on the mask so that it can be hearing aid and
Okay,
implant
all right.
friendly.
So I'll start this and then I'll mute you,
Okay.
and hopefully folks will have a decent experience here. All right. Uh, very cool. Um, so it looks like on that video that you can wear your masks sort of the loop around the ear, the above and then below.
Right. And here it is where I've just tied the ends together, and it's now a neck strap that can be, you can have it with you at any time.
Oh my God, that is a brilliant design. That is what drives everybody crazy, is that you end up having to like wear this thing around your chin, but the neck strap, oh my God, I'm going on your website after this. This is
Well, something that happened to me about a week ago, I needed to run into a store very quickly to grab something. As I'm entering the store, I thought, oh, my mask. Oh, wait. I had it with me. So it is very handy to have that. And
I,
like when kids are at, because it also fits, I haven't mentioned that it also fits ages 3 to adult. It's all by scrunching down the side.
oh, what a good, this is,
So
man,
yeah,
you're awesome. This is
yes, this
really fantastic.
age 3 to adult. And so yeah, you just scrunch it up and
And now is
it's
the nose bridge, is that the
wire.
wire?
It's
Okay,
wire. And
great.
it helps kind
Okay.
of hold it also. Yes.
I love it. Okay, great.
So
Now,
oh, I know, if a child is at lunch, for the people that have gone back to school, for the kids that have gone back to school, if they're having lunch, what are they doing with all those masks? Are they laying them on the table? Are they laying them lap? Are they falling on the floor? Are they getting confused? So this way, all the kids has their mask, they have their mask right there with them and don't have to worry about anybody
Absolutely amazing. This, I love it. And the now just, I think I know the answer because I see the shelves back there. These are all handmade. You're making them all by hand, correct?
Well, I have a production team.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
they are selling by 10s, 20s, 50s, 100s. So I
Okay.
do have a
Awesome.
production team.
That is fantastic. Well, number one, I'm thrilled for you, and that you've set yourself up beyond just the typical bootstrap work, 14 hours a day entrepreneur. So that's fantastic. So you've got capacity so that you could work with some of the assisted livings and home care providers.
Oh, definitely. Chattanooga State just ordered a couple hundred for them. I've got lots of different schools across the country that are getting them the window masks for the teachers,
the instructors.
and typed
Can
for
you,
the kids.
do you have one of the window masks that you can show us? And
The same strap.
the same design. I was going to say that's fantastic. Okay.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's beautiful.
crunch down the side. No fogging.
Oh,
No
wow.
fogging. You have to treat it. All the masks come.
Oh, here, let me play the next video that talks about that treatment.
Okay.
Here, let me share my screen. And this is a video on the anti-fog treatment. Great. Okay, here I'm gonna unmute you. Now I'm assuming to get to that solution where you figured that out, you had to go through some serious trial and error in terms of materials,
Right.
and figuring out how to address the anti-fog.
Yes, definitely. And just the size of the window and all the different things. But I had read early on about the treatment of using the liquid soap. And as soon as I put the first one I made, the prototype, I put it on. And of course, as soon as I breathed into it, whoop, it's instant. So I said, well, let me try this liquid soap thing. And boy, I was like, whoo, it definitely works. And it works for hours. You can reapply it if you need to.
Oh, great. And everybody's got it. Alice Whitfield has her hand raised. So Alice, I hope that wasn't a mistake. You have a question? And then while Alice is coming on, Amy O'Donnell says, can I share your website on my Facebook page? I don't think you have any objection with that, do you? Yeah.
Yes, please.
That's great, Amy. You've really definitely got a fan in Amy there. And then Mary Motor says, is there any protection for viruses with the mask?
Okay.
Oh, Alice is on. Okay, Alice.
Okay. I'm not too sure. Hi. I'm not too sure if I missed Joni's web page contact where I can purchase mask.
Oh, I'm gonna put it in the I'm gonna drop it into chat. But I just dropped it in right now. But also, Joni, I think you sent me an offer a special offer for
Yeah,
folks
a
on.
discount code.
Okay, so what I'm going to try to do is as soon as this recording uploads, I'll send that discount code out to everyone. Actually, I may even be able to cut. Oh, here it is. I got it. Yeah, I'm giving you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Alice.
You're
All right.
welcome.
Okay. Okay, so Mary Motor was asking about does it protect against viruses?
Right. It's it's 100% cotton, and it does fit around the face, and this is vinyl here. I'm trying to, excuse me, I'm trying to find somebody to test it. And I think I might have found somebody to do some testing. I'm working with them right now, and to find out if it's equal to or even better than a regular cloth mask. For me and my uneducated medical mind is nothing's getting through vinyl. So at least that direction makes sense to me. But so yes, I am. If anybody out there knows how I can get these tested, that I would love to hear that.
That would be great. And again, yeah, so the Bob Colson asks, do the masks meet FDA requirements? And so you're looking to sort of check that box.
Definitely. And if anybody, like I said, anybody can connect me to how to do that. I've put forth effort, NIH, different ones I've tried, and I have not been able to find somebody to do the testing.
Well, I imagine the mass testing protocol is probably right there along the lines of the us getting COVID testing protocols, with everybody kind of jumping into this. But we want Joni to win this battle here. So let's figure out how she can get these things tested. Bob also says, how do you clean the masks and how often is it needed?
Okay, they are machine washable. I throw them in with my regular wash, and this one's been washed I don't know how many times, and you can't tell. But you do hang dry them.
Okay.
They come with instructions, and you need to follow the instructions. Like the scrunching is very important. Very important. When you cinch on the sides, that's very important. It creates this area for your lips to move, and it's not like smashing up against your face. It creates this kind of a bubble for your mouth.
Well, and Bob, Bob, you got some great questions today. Is like, can you wear the mask with makeup on? As I'm looking at that mask, the amount of contact on your face is minimized. So I think it would be a great mask to wear makeup. And for you ladies out there, you can actually show off your lipstick color.
I should have put lipstick on today.
Yeah. And in fact, with this sort of, you can probably get even more, you can get a little bit more bold than you usually do, because the window, dulls it a bit.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, we talked about that. And then Mary Motor says, ask about the coffee filter insert for the regular masks. Okay,
right.
Yeah.
So the regular masks, they all have the pocket under the chin. It's going to be underneath your chin, and you can put a coffee filter in there. So as an extra layer of protection. They're all 2 layers of 100% cotton.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I can see where, like in nursing homes, where they might, need to sort of say that our staff is using FDA approved, what have you. But I think, clearly the barrier that you've created is equivalent to the other masks that we're using. And like you said, I actually feel like that one with the vinyl material there is probably superior to many mask systems.
That's what I'd like to find out. It makes sense to me, but what do I know?
Yeah, exactly.
The other gentleman, he asked about washing it and how often. If you're out and you're doing a lot of talking and it's hot, you might need to wipe it down and reapply, or just wash it. On my normal use like this, it should be fine for all day. And it will last all day. The soap will, unless you are like working restaurant, working in the heat. Then there might be some condensation buildup. So, and if yeah, no, I've had waitresses using it and things like that. But
Great. Man, the chat is really, you have a bunch of new fans there, Joni. Let's see, who is it here? Man, Amy O'Donnell, she's just, got some great stuff. I'll make sure that you get a copy of the chat. And I really am going to try to push this recording out as much as I can for the folks that couldn't attend today, because this is really exciting that we've got a fashion designer here in very stuffy Washington, D.C. Yeah, Pamela Silverman, she goes, I'm posting all over Facebook, activities director, CNA is wonderful. So this is great. Okay, so all right, guys, if you've got comments, if you've got ideas, raise your hand or type them into Q&A for the remainder of our time together. But Joni, anything else that you wanted to add? Anything that you're working on that you'd like to sort of throw out to the group?
well, right now, what's needed are the masks, and so that's really my concentration. There's so many people that could be helped with this, and I'm limited to my marketing and how to get it out there. But I just see so many people suffering, and little kids or anybody with any disability trying to understand, and so I'm just trying to get it out there. So that would be the biggest help, is to educate, or to let people know that there is hope, that there is something out there. It's machine washable, and it really works. And now these are adult size. So my regular masks, ages 3 to adult.
Okay.
These are adult sizes.
Okay.
They would probably fit like a 12, 13-year-old, but it's not for little children. It's going to be too big for their faces. Yeah. I do have another size. I jokingly called it the big, tall, and bearded size. So yeah. Someone, if you just need a larger mask, I do have one, and it goes up a little higher into a point where your glasses sit on it and your glasses won't fog. So that's
nice. Well, that's going to be, you're going to see my order coming through here, and I'll definitely get one of those. The other day I was somewhere and there was a gentleman, I think they call them hipsters with the big beard, but it was so funny, I mean, here he is, he grew this beard to look so cool, but then he had this little mask and the beard's coming out and everything. I was kind of laughing, but excellent. Well, this has been fantastic. And guys, I think I'm going to wrap things up with Joni. So I'm going to sort of give you the last call to ask any questions or make a comment if you'd like to share. And since I also want to just let everybody know that we've got a really good couple of really good programs next week that I just wanted to bring your attention to. We got a view from the front lines on Tuesday with 2 hospice physicians. So we're going to get to kind of talk to them about how things went in COVID and what they see for their future. Then we've got our second discussion on equity, inclusion, and diversity in senior living. And what's psyched about that is we're going to be talking to Capital Caring, who created an equity, inclusion, and diversity center, and Broadmead, that has a director of equity, inclusion, and diversity. So we've really, with the current events that are going on and being more inclusive, there are senior living providers that are really making a commitment. So we hope you join us for that discussion. And then lastly, I'm really charged up about this program. It's nationwide, but there's a Montgomery County branch. It's called Senior Planet and Older Adult Technology Services. And this is free training for older adults on technology and classes and everything like that. And so you just, I hope you guys tune into all or one of them. And okay, everybody wants your website. So Abula says, I can't see the website information. Can you please resend it? And yes, I'm dropping Joni's website. It's Havanue, Havanue. I'm dropping this all into chat. I see Amy O'Donnell did it as well. Oh, shoot. Let me do all panelists and attendees. Yeah, there. Okay. Havanue.com. And here I'm going to drop Joni's email in as well. And don't worry, guys. I'm going to send this out to you again later this afternoon once the recording uploads. And we hope you help her spread the word.
I just have one more thing to say that I forgot to mention about the bags.
Mhm.
A lot of people the elderly don't use their walkers and wheelchairs because of what it might look like. And this encourages them to use their walkers, and they're kind of proud to show it so that they don't end up in a wheelchair. So it really helps them, want to use it. So.
Yep. No, this is great. Yeah. So, and I see things are blowing up in chat. So guys, don't worry. I am going to make it a priority to get the 20% or the Sourcebook 2020. It's 20% off. Wow. This is great.
Until Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And that's who's purchasing the bags are the family members. They are the ones, because these little ladies, they're like, oh, I don't need that. It's the family. What do you get for mom, dad, grandma for Christmas, Mother's Day, the birthday? This is perfect.
Yep. So I'll make sure to get those out via email here shortly this afternoon. You guys know my email, steve@proaging.com. If you're chomping at the bit and we hang up on this, just email me and I'll just forward you the email so that you can place your order immediately. So, all right, Joni, we are definitely going to have you back on. Please check in. Let us know when you design new stuff. Let us know if you have a cool little brainstorming session with somebody, and we are rooting for you to be uber successful. Now, just out of curiosity, the ages of your 7 kids, like what is the age range?
The youngest is 21, getting married in 3 weeks in our backyard. The oldest is 35.
Okay, well, at least you got them all out of the house there. Although I have to say, if you could somehow wrangle those 7 kids to help you working on the masks, you wouldn't have to farm anything out.
I know. I have a couple that help a lot with the mentoring me and social media and marketing. So they definitely help. All of them are very supportive.
That's great. All right. Well, thanks again. What a great way to kick off the weekend and hearing your story and what you're doing. And then anonymous attendee says, Steve, how soon can we watch this video again? It's wonderful. Honestly, give me an hour and I will have it out to you guys. This is a priority for me today. So thanks a lot. And we'll see you guys next week. Thank you, Joni.
Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you, Mary, for introducing me to Joni.
Yes, thank you, Mary.
It's been a pleasure. All right.